And we are continuing to follow the stunning news from the Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston. Today, Cardinal Daniel DiNardo announcing they're going to be releasing the names of priests who they say are credibly accused of sexually abusing children. Jessica Borg, live downtown Houston with details on a bombshell development. Jessica?
Len, over the past few months, following a church scandal in Pennsylvania, there's been outrage over how the Catholic Church has handled allegations of child sex abuse, accused of covering up allegations and allowing alleged abusers to stay in their role as priests while with access to children. Today, Cardinal DiNardo responding to the outcry that the welfare of children must come first.
We must begin the healing process by eliminating the evil of sexual abuse.
In a 2-minute pre-recorded video clip, Cardinal Daniel DiNardo vowing Texas Diocese will take a zero-tolerance stance against pedophile priests.
This is an action in direct response to the faithful's call for greater accountability and transparency from the Catholic Church.
In a statement, the 15 Catholic dioceses here in Texas say they are actively reviewing the files of bishops, priests, and deacons and will release the names of any who've been credibly accused of child sex abuse. They promise to publicize accusations dating back to 1950.
What concerns me about their statement is they said credibly accused. Who determines credibility?
Michael Norris is the head of SNAP, Survivors Network of those abused by priests. He says his own accusations of abuse were not deemed credible by the church, though after a criminal trial, his abuser was sent to prison. Norris worries a complete list of names will not be released.
They're concerned about the fact that all these other states are doing these investigations, they're raiding their offices. They don't want to be raided, so they're going to try to control what they release.
Over the past month, we've reported on 2 adults here in the Houston area who recently filed police reports saying they were abused by the same priest as teenagers, claiming when they complained to their parishes at the time, the priest was merely transferred to a different parish. In today's statement, Texas Diocese say clergy, quote, credibly accused will be removed from ministry.
I understand your anger and frustration during this most challenging time.
Now, all 15 Texas dioceses say they'll have their lists completed by the end of January of 2019, though it's not clear when they will be released to the public or how. Victims advocates say along with the names, it should be noted where the alleged abusers are now. We are live downtown this evening. Jessica Borg, KHOU 11 News.